There's patterns and there's red flags that one must actually look for when trying to assess or determine whether everybody is on the same page. One of these scary patterns or one of these things to look for is some sort of perceived illusion of unanimity. Just because people are nodding their heads doesn't mean necessarily agree with you. When your leadership also doesn't agree necessarily with your strategic approaches or your strategic priorities, it's not because they have a hidden agenda to do something else. It's usually because they're caught up with day-to-day business, or it's something that they're not necessarily passionate about. The problem arises is when you're walking out of the conference room, those people will actually go, then brief, motivate, and actually reward their teams for doing something completely different. And this passive aggressive agreement about, yes, we're going to do this. Yes, this is important. Yes, this is the way to stay competitive, is actually one of the biggest dangers in business. There is no magic solution to this. There's a lot of frameworks and canvases and moderating kind of approaches that one might use to test whether there is misalignment and to come up with solutions to get the entire team agreed. But it's usually done in kind of like a context of controlled conflict. Not everything is smooth sailing in business. People need to hash it out. They need to be able to present dissenting opinions. They need to be able to present and share their own kind of perspective about where the business is going, but also be able to make a good case for it. And at one point, finally kind of agree on what the company needs to do. Controlled conflict is not bad. Watch out for red flags of when alignment seems clear, yet is not. And frankly, lock the door and don't let anybody out of the room until you're actually on the same page, because misalignment within a team is bad. Misalignment on the C level is detrimental because that self-inflicted wound is going to affect the entire company, not just smaller parts of it. If we don't know what we're doing, we're not going to get it done. Get your team aligned, get your team on the same page. Only then can you start developing an execution plan and setting yourself up for executional fitness.